To summarize the outline of our mixed-use portfolio, we are targeting the following uses. Artisan industries and startup businesses. These would include small and medium-sized industries such as our local brewery and distillery, ocean and water-related technology such as free flow power, and Cape Ann Business Incubator, a business that helps new startup businesses get started. 2, a retail marketplace, the Pavilion Mercado, shops that will sell fresh foods and specialty foods, and retail shops that thrive in an open marketplace environment. 3, health, wellness, and fitness services and water-related sports facilities. 4, dining and cafes and other drop-in businesses that can take advantage of our unique location. 5, residential uses to include combination live and work units, owner-occupied and rental dwellings, and overnight lodging. And 6, our public function hall or space, a parking garage, and extensive public beach access. Taking a brief overview of the master plan, we have attempted to assign the different uses in the project to their most logical areas on the site. As I mentioned, our shipping and receiving is accessed from a widened section of Commercial Street, as is our parking structure. Here we see Commercial Street and the parking structure. The parking itself is in the very middle of the building, away from the more valuable real estate along the ocean and along Commercial Street. The first 2 floors of the building, in addition to the Mercado and the vehicular areas, will be dedicated to commercial, recreational, and industrial use, the exact mix of which will be dependent upon the market. The first floor is programmed to have a high floor-to-ceiling height, and the second floor will be a combination of mezzanine surrounding higher bay 2-story space. The second floor will be continuous along the ocean, Commercial Street, and within the old manufacturing building location. The second floor may house some workspace as well. These first 2 floors will bring us to the approximate height of the existing manufacturing building parapet at 27 feet above Commercial Street. The third floor is the start of residential use. As I said, these include owner-occupied and rental apartments, overnight accommodations, and the live-work units. Also, the third level and above may be set aside for recreation, dining, lobbies, and scenic observation decks. The upper floors of the building are anticipated to include the harvesting of natural energy and water recycling. Again, the south-facing orientation is favorable to solar energy. The winds are good for wind turbine electrical generation, and we will take advantage of flat roof areas for planted green roofs. Access to the outdoors will be accomplished both with individual unit balconies and with direct access to accessible roof areas. The building will be engineered to take maximum advantage of prevailing winds for summer cooling, and the green roofs will be used to capture and recycle rainwater. In this slide, which is not our design but a good illustration of incorporating our intended green technologies, we see the planted roof, the rooftop solar panels, the individual unit balconies, and a building-mounted wind turbine all rolled into one. While a green building itself is good, it is better when it is an integral component of a larger whole of a green community. With the current ongoing renovations to the storm sewer in the area, now is the ideal time for Gloucester to consider what type of water and sewer management that to consider the type of water and sewer management that promotes more sustainable water resource management. It is a great time to inventory energy management as well, with particular emphasis on Gloucester's potential to develop off-the-grid security. The BirdsEye project is committed to whatever steps it can take to partner with the city in this vision. Can we become a net zero energy project and at the same time help Gloucester catch the rising tide of sustainable development of its infrastructure? Can BirdsEye become a prototype for future coordinated business and city green development? We have just begun to brainstorm on this one, but the prospects excite us. I would like to return to the issue of the proposed variation in heights and staggering of building masses. The design of the upper levels of the building is going to be limited by range of daylight penetration. What this means is that no part of these upper levels can be greater than 60 feet to 70 feet in width at their most narrow dimension. The assumption is that the upper levels will be residential and therefore will require both views and daylight. As a result, we are mandated to limit the size of the structures. The other issue that we are addressing is the context of the surrounding lands and buildings. As one can see from the topography, Gloucester rises from its water's edge in all directions. A multi-story building on the fort starts at a height of 30 to 40 feet above sea level, and City Hall rises 150 feet over the 40-foot hillside on which it is built. The character of the Gloucester skyline is a studying in varying shapes and heights. Our design process is aimed at echoing this character. It is important for us to set the heights of the larger structures on the building back from our base level at the top of the parking garage and second floor. The higher structures themselves will not be homogeneous, but will vary, like Gloucester, in height and shape. We are asking for the substantial peak height of 125 feet, about the height of the St. Peter's Fiesta Ferris wheel, but that would at most cover 15% of the built area. And the second highest height of 108 feet would cover a maximum additional 40% of the built area. The remaining 45% of the built area would be the locally allowed maximum of 40 feet. Vertical staggering and variation will in this way also be built into our permitting. The design of this project is a work in progress, and it is a work where we believe that good progress has already been made. The set of guidelines presented tonight will provide a thorough overview of how we have organized our programming task in what we believe to be the most viable method for both marketability and to the best advantage of the community. What we have here is truly a global site in significance when you think about the view and its location on the map of Massachusetts. It's an important site that we really see great potential for. We have set forth the ideals for the project's development, and with Lisa Mead, we have engineered a regulatory framework that will give those ideals a mandate, while at the same time enough flexibility to make participation in the project a strong investment. Thank you.